Hey guys, what's going on? I'm Brandy Ching for Young Hollywood, hanging out with Max at his rehearsals.
I gave you all my loving, offers I had a dozen, but I ain't give you nothing, never do you like that. But then I caught you creeping, secrets that you were keeping, like every other weekend. Why you do me like that?
So how did you get started? What's your journey like?
I grew up in New York City in Hell's Kitchen, and I saw a bunch of musicals as a kid. I got home from my first musical when I was 4 years old. I saw Beauty and the Beast, and I reenacted the whole show for my family on my living room table in my underwear, and I was super excited about it. And I kept doing that every time we'd see a show. I'd do the same thing. I'd reenact it. And then my parents they realized that I really enjoyed this. So besides playing like soccer and doing sports and stuff, I started doing a show here, a show there, a bunch of different musicals. And then I started writing my own music and dancing and stuff like that. And just sort of, we were living in upstate New York at that time. We moved up to Woodstock, New York. And so kept making bigger and bigger circles. And then finally, when it was time to go back to high school, I was like, I think I want to do this forever. I want to do this as a career. So we moved back to New York, and I went to a performing arts school in the city. And my first gig was this show, 13 on Broadway when I was 16. And Ariana Grande was in it with me, and Liz Gillies, and it was a crazy cast. And that was sort of my first gig, and then just started doing stuff from there pretty much.
Is it cool to see some of your peers now just doing amazing, I mean, you're doing amazing things as well, but it's kind of cool that, when you're brought up with a really cool group of artists, and you're watching everybody else's success, and you're kind of learning from each other.
Yeah, oh, it's amazing. I mean, especially when they're great people and you see that they're doing what they love, and it's just doing what they've always done, but on a bigger scale, and more people coming out to shows. That's my favorite thing. I love seeing that. I always tell the story. He's not a good friend or anything, but I've been an Ed Sheeran fan for a long time, and I remember I was with a couple homies of mine. We went out to see him open for Snow Patrol a while back. So we were leaving. We saw him outside. We go over to him, and he was like, "Hey, what's up, guys?" And we're like, "Yeah, we're good fans, big fans and stuff." And I think he was stoked that like guys his age were fans and stuff, which was nice. And we're talking, and he's like, "Oh, you guys want to come out to the bar with us later and stuff like that?" And I was like, "I mean, we're all too young, But he's like, "Oh man, I just turned 21 last year. I totally understand." But it was really awesome to see that this guy, who was just such a cool guy and an incredible musician, has like literally since then is the biggest thing in the world. And just to know that he's still that same guy, it's really wonderful to see someone still be humble and awesome.
Now you're running your mouth, but there's nothing that can slow me down. You're messing around, got me thinking that it's time to go. It's time you go, it's time you go, 'cause I'm not listening, no. I see you move your lips, but it sounds like gibberish.
Do you remember your first concert that you ever attended?
Yeah. So funny enough, I went to my first concert really late. I saw a lot of like shows and stuff when I was a kid, like musicals and whatever else, but my first like legit, I'm going to a concert right now, was when I was like 18, and I went to this Justin Nizuka show, who I love. He's one of my favorite artists and singers, and I was at NYU, and it was at Webster Hall, which was across the street from where I was living. And I remember this, this friend of mine being like, "Hey, you want to go to this show tonight with me?" And it literally dawned on me, like, wow, I've never actually been to a concert before.
And as far as your stage performance, your actual presence on stage, how do you find your own?
I mean, I'm definitely hugely influenced by, my favorite performers have always been, James Brown and Michael Jackson and Stevie Wonder and Justin Timberlake and Bruno Mars, and just whenever you see a performer, just you could see that they leave everything they got on stage. They leave it all, and when they leave that stage, you got the best show they could have given. And those performers always show that and do that. And so for me, it's just taking those pieces of inspiration and hopefully finding something in my own way of just connecting with people in the audience. It's the best thing about live performances, which is why I love it, is that you really find it's this really interesting science of how do you connect with all of these people, whether they know your music or not, and how do you give them an amazing time. So it's all about that for me, just like the spontaneity of not knowing it's gonna happen. Maybe I jump into the crowd, maybe I do a split, whatever it is.
Are you gonna do that?
Yeah.
I don't need to recover, rising way up above you. Go run and tell your mother why you do me like that. Good luck with all the others, don't care about the number. You all deserve each other, why you do me like that?
Yeah, how do you fuel up before your shows? Coffee?
Yeah, I like coffee. I mean, I drink a lot of tea and stuff like that. Just eat a lot. Usually lots of food, whatever it is. Maybe some, chimichangas. I don't know why I said that, but there's probably gonna be chimichangas at some point. Yeah, I love just, I definitely like, in a super boring way, I stretch a lot and like make sure, getting to that age where I'm like, I headbang too much on stage, I get off and the next day my back hurts. I'm like, oh, snap, this sucks. But it's always a good time when I feel you're properly prepared. But really, I just have Ryan give me back massages and rub my feet and stuff, and I'm ready to go for the show. So it's a good time.
That's how you audition your bandmates.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's like test
out
out
care
who's
how
the
they
best
play.
masseuse. Like,
if they play well, that's great. Yeah, no,
maybe
it's more
get a
about
chef
the
in
masseuse.
there, or something like that.
He cooks sometimes. It's mostly about the massage. But,
Plays pots and pans in the background.
Yeah,
That's all you really need.
Yeah,
right?
I'm like, oh, you play guitar too and you sing? That's cool, but like, let me get that foot massage though. Let me see what that's like. All right, cool, you're hired. Yeah, he basically tour manages my life. It's nice. Like, I'm like, yo, I'm really hungry. He's like, I'll find you some food. Or whatever it is, yeah.
You guys are spending a lot of time together, right?
Yeah.
Getting prepared to leave for tour.
We spend like every day together, which is great. And Dana now too. He also gives a great finger hand massage while Ryan's doing my feet and stuff. So that's really nice.
He's not a diva or anything.
Definitely not. Oh, me? No way. No. No. That's just essentials. That's just what you need.
What's your biggest diva request?
Actually, the real diva request is that I don't drink hot coffee. I only drink iced coffee.
Oh, okay.
That's my only thing.
That's not too bad.
And it's like, especially on the road, like there's some bad coffee out there.
Yeah.
And like, I can handle it when it's iced, but if it's hot, I ain't drinking that. It ain't gonna happen. That's really my only diva request. Otherwise, I feel like I'm not too diva oriented besides the massages and all that good stuff.
Are you keeping fit on tour? You guys work out?
Yeah, we do. I mean, depending on where we're at, I like to call them parking lot workouts. Sometimes, if you're in a Walmart parking lot, you might see that there's a nice little place for all the carts, and you can do dips on that. You can do pull-ups, push-ups, all those things. It's very nice.
You guys are resourceful.
A lot of push-ups in bathrooms, things like that. You just got to figure it out. Maybe the shower head, you want to pull on that, or I just use Ryan's arm. Like, he just goes like this. I'm just like, yes. The height is perfect. It's right there for me. It's great.
I want to ask you, or really this is for all the girls at home that are watching this. How can a girl catch your eye during the show? During the show. Because I was that girl that I would sit in the crowd and I'd be like trying to get the guy's attention, and then you go home and you're like, oh yeah, he totally looked at me.
Totally. Honestly, when somebody is just like letting loose and not giving an F, it's awesome. Like, I definitely notice those people in the crowd, guys or girls, but especially girls, because it's awesome. Like, I hate when somebody thinks they're too cool. Like, any girl, any guy, but any girl, that's definitely a turn off for me. When someone like acts like they're above it all. And when someone's super real and they're gorgeous, it's crazy. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, who is this? So that's definitely a big thing for me. Just someone being themselves and having a good time in the show. So just have a good time at the show, baby.